welcome to today's Daily Positive Steps. We are at day 16 and a little earlier than normal. I say normal, I always aim for 10, but more often than not, it isn't 10, so there is really no normal. But anyway, a little earlier than planned because I'm doing a workshop today at 10. I'm running an online workshop for my membership peeps, so very excited about that. So I thought I would pop in here a little bit early um, and talk to you, lovely people. So I wanted to talk about taking time for yourself. So there's an awful lot of talk about, self-care and all of that kind of stuff online, and I think so. We all know it. We all know that that's the thing. We all hear about it, but I don't know that we all, especially mums, necessarily um, put it into practice, or put it into practice even in the right way. So let me kind of go into a bit more detail. So when you hear the term self-care, and actually if you're watching this live or in the replay, I'd love to know what is the first thing that comes to mind when someone starts, when you hear the term self-care, what do you imagine? Because for the longest time, when I heard self-care, to me, it conjured up images of like spa days, going to get a facial, getting your nails done, and all of that kind of stuff, which don't get me wrong, I enjoy. But for me, that actually isn't self care. And I think what self care is different from person to person. And basically, what it is anything that you need to do that's going to rejuvenate you in some way, that's going to kind of fill you up so that you can go back out into the busy world. And, as a mum, most of your day is probably spent caring for and serving other people, looking after the kids, cooking meals, washing clothes, trying to get your work done, keeping on top, remembering everyone's jobs and tasks and to-do lists and school homework and all of that kind of stuff. That's just the day-to-day stuff. And that's fine. And, for the most part, we don't mind that because we love our families and, that's part of being a mum. But you are much better able to do these things if you are full, if have everything that you need to, if you are running on empty, and you aren't getting enough of whatever it is that you need to kind of refill, to rejuvenate, then that's going to show, and actually that's going to have a negative impact on those people that you love, and because you're not going to be able to show up in the same way. You'll perhaps get impatient, angry, snappy. You perhaps just won't do such a good job. You won't enjoy it as much as you would if you are spending time every single day to make sure that you are cared for in some way. So what kind of things, like I say, tell me what self-care means to you, because I think it is different from person to person. I think the kind of general stereotype of self-care is things like taking a long hot bubble bath, doing your nails, going for a spa day. And like I say, for me, while I enjoy those things, that's not really what self-care is for me. Self-care for me is actually having time just quietly on my own. It could be spending time reading. It could be spending time going for a little walk on my own, out just, or even just sitting outside on my own and having a cup of tea, flicking through a magazine, or listening to a book on Audible. Basically, for me, it's very much just about having some quiet time to myself, to think my thoughts, to do something that I enjoy. And that, if I can do that for literally just half an hour a day, that's enough. That does me and that fills me back up again. Without that, I really notice the difference, and I can feel myself getting more impatient, getting more snappy, cutting corners, getting resentful of having to do the other things that I have to do in my life. So my daily positive step is to, first of all, think for you what self-care means. Don't just go with a stereotype and kind of feel like, well, this should make me feel better, because it might not be that for you. Like I say, a bubble bath, for the most part, I can't be bothered. I don't particularly like baths. I get impatient. I get a bit bored. Yeah, not for me. Whereas for other people, it might be perfect. So what does self-care mean for you? What is it that, some little thing that you can spend half an hour doing every day that will fill you back up, that's just for you, and that's going to kind of keep you sane, and then do it and commit to it every day, because it's in the long run. There was another thing that I always sort of struggled with. To me, self-care felt like selfishness. And I was kind of like, it's selfish. I need, I want to focus on other people before I focus on me. But in the long run, I really think it's true that actually, in order for you to serve others properly, in order for you to give to others fully, you need to be full yourself. I mean, there's this sort of saying, you can't pour from an empty cup or an empty glass or whatever. And it's true. And ultimately, yes, it may feel selfish to go, no, this time is just for me and something I want to do, and that's it. But ultimately, it isn't, because you need that if you are going to, do for others what you want to do. Okay, that's it. That is my daily positive step. Let me know if it was helpful. As always, if you have enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, then do give the page a like so that you can be notified when I go live next. It's usually around this time, every morning, Monday to Friday. So yeah, come and join me. If you have missed the previous 15 daily positive steps and you'd be curious to know what they are, then you can find them by just going to the videos section of this page, and they are all there. They're all just about 5 minutes long, so not too long. So do go take a look at those, and I shall see you tomorrow for our next day 17 daily positive step. Have a wonderful day. Take care.